Hi class. So on the last video you saw Wendy speaking. She pretty much gave her thoughts on how thoughts determine our perceptions, how it determines our attitude, our actions, our reactions, and pretty much the meaning thoughts that are created by impressions that we have. Um, so it kind of relates to my topic. My topic is irrational thinking and debilitative emotions. So, what is irrational thinking? Irrational thinking is thinking, talking, and acting without inclusion of rationality. It is an action we approach when we are pretty much emotional distress. So, a good example would be you're in class, you're next to a classmate, and he or she gets an F in a quiz. And they start thinking, oh, I failed this quiz, I'm gonna for sure fail the class. They start thinking, oh, people are gonna think I'm dumb and slow. Well, no, those are all false assumptions in that person's mind. And that is pretty much critical thinking. So in chapter 8, it talks about emotions. And emotion plays a major role in fallacies. And I got 7 fallacies that I had to go over and find definitions of, and kind of find examples to get a better understanding of what these fallacies are. So when able to memorize all these fallacies, because there's 7 of them, I came up with a catchphrase: perfection causes chaos. And the 7 fallacies are perfection, causation, claustrophobic expectations, helplessness, approval, overgeneralization, and shirts. Honestly, making a catchphrase for this was helpful so I can get a better understanding. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first one, which is perfection. So fallacy of perfection is a standard of perfection, attempting to appear perfect at all times. For example, attempting to be perfect can come at a cost, honestly. Appearing perfect at all times can take a lot of energy from you, making approval less enjoyable in a way. And self-esteem also plays a major role in perfection, meaning your self-esteem suffers when you don't measure up to a certain expectation. But honestly, nobody's perfect, and everybody struggles at one point expressing their feelings, and that's what people need to understand. And honestly, it is our imperfection that makes us human and likable. So for the second fallacy, it was catastrophic expectations. It was honestly a little bit hard to understand, but it's like assuming something bad has happened, or is happening, or is going to happen in the future. I kind of put the word disastrous, so it means it's not a good sign, basically. And so another fallacy that kind of grabbed my attention was helplessness. It kind of means that those who are helplessness are those people which look themselves as victims. For example, I can say, oh, I was born with a shy personality, and I wish I can do something about it, but there's nothing I can do. So by saying I can't do anything about it, is kind of making yourself not helpful. You're just making it worse. And by saying this, is incorrect, pretty much. So pretty much like an overview of my section, it is that it is important to remember that interpersonal reasons are important, and communicators and many of us try to manage our emotions while we are expressing them. So it is good to to have a better understanding of what we're saying while we're talking, to be more understandable in a way, and it can also help with future relationships and friendships, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And each of these like fallacies, emotional fallacies, uh, made a point to where how people in each individual are as a person. So yeah, thank you.